that that would use to supplement engineering.
And it would be everything that's listed on their job description that they gave us at that workshop. That's what KCI does for us. I mean, so it's right here, all the work that they do.
Okay.
And even though things slow down, evidently they're still getting paid a lot of money, so there's something for them to do.
Yeah.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, just have to discuss it.
Okay, Becky?
You get dropped to the game last night.
My name is Rebecca McKinney, I'm from Cecil County, Bedford. I live at 150 East Main Street. I think Mr. Hicks, for what he has done for us, because without him, we wouldn't have nothing there. Also, I will agree with Mr. Hicks on 124 East Main Street and 124 and a half. It looks like the city dumpster. And that's pretty bad on Elkton. Mary Jo, all of us is trying to clean it up. And I think definitely, Mr. Lewis, you should have done something about it a long time ago, and you haven't. So I think we need to back up and do something about it. And do it now, not tomorrow. And also, it's not just that. We have trash cans sitting on the corner there as you come through the alley to come here the back way, like you would be going to Tony's, the back way. There's trash cans sitting in the middle of the road. Trash cans up and down that street, in the middle of the sidewalks and everything. I don't feel as if it's our place to pick up the trash can and the trash is blown around. It's not our place to do it, and it's not really the town workers' place. If they can't put their trash in the bag and put it in a can, then, find them. And the white hair owned one is the owner of the ones that's putting the trash out, and nothing's been done to him yet. Because he's a big shot. Well, he's not no bigger than I am or the rest of you all. So we need to pull the string and pull it bad on him, because it's not fair that he's getting away with this. And it's a shame to make the town of Elkton look like a dump and a trash because of things like this. Also, I need to ask the chief if we can have some help down back at 150 East Main Street after 11 o'clock of the night till 1 in the morning. We have drug addicts, dope addicts, and everything else sitting there doing their business. And
Where's that
also
back? Where's that at?
Do what?
Where's that location?
150 East Main Street,
Okay.
down back.
Okay.
And they're even over at the ball field. I have my windows up. I can hear what's going on. I can't have the heat on because, it's too hot in my apartment the way it's built. But I know I can get some help there, and I have called the police department, and yes, they did respond, but the boys run, but they did respond, and they know who they were. I give names. But I don't feel like I should get up at 12 or 1 o'clock and walk outdoors because I hear a bunch of youthing and yelling and carrying on. I'm going to kill you and this and that and the other because I might be the one to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like I want to get hurt to protect us, but then in a way, somebody has to protect the seniors. We're just as important as the children are. We're all getting old, none of us is getting young. So we need to look after the seniors as well as the children, and we do need something in this town for the children. I will agree with all the commissioners and the mayor. I will agree 100%. We need something in this town for the children. It's not there, and like Mr. Gibbons said, Nettle Park is not the wet place to have anything. It floods, it's forever flooding, it's forever freezing, and you can't do anything down there. And hopefully this year we have a better fireworks than what we did last year. It was nice, but most of them was ground and you couldn't see them. So maybe we can do something and get this town cleaned up to where it looks like Elkton. I mean, look at Northeast, ride through there and see how nice and neat the town of Northeast looks. We have nothing here for nobody, not the children, not the seniors, nobody. It's like we're being locked in jail, and that's it.
Okay, thank you, Becky.
Thank you, Beck.
Don Nichols?
Can I pass something out?
Sure.
I didn't make enough of them, unfortunately. I didn't know how
Thank
many
you.
I would need, but at any rate, I'm not here to help the town. I'm here to help myself, of course. I talked with Mr. Gibbons briefly before the meeting. And I guess I had a misunderstanding about the water and sewage situation. We have a house that was my wife's parents, and then it became our house, and it has a rental unit in it. And as soon as one unit was empty, the water and sewage bill doubled. So my assumption was that it was because it was 2 units and each unit was billed separately. And I tried to get the water turned off in the second unit because we planned not to rent it. And found that the only way to do that was to get rid of the kitchen, and then it could be turned off. So this afternoon, getting ready to come down here, I got to looking at this bill again, and it says out of town. Well, my assumption was that that fee was for somebody that was getting town water and sewage that did not live in the town limits. I never, since 2003, I never assumed that that meant that if the owner lived out of town, he or she paid a different rate than everyone else. And so it just, Mr. Gibbons clarified that that's probably what it means. So consequently, in my mind, my wife and I were paying for 2 units when we were only getting the services for 1. But apparently that's not the way it is. It's because we reside outside of the town limits. Is that, am I wrong or right on that?
No,
I'm wrong.
that
Okay,
shouldn't be.
so it's still because there's 2 units then that we're having to pay. Well, what has happened now, of course, the economy's going crazy. My son was living in 1 unit, now he's moved out. And I've got an empty house that I'm paying water and sewage for 2 units. And my mother right now is in the nursing home, and she's been in the nursing home since September, and I'm paying her bills, and that's another one. So there's no services being subtracted from the town, and yet we're having to pay for them. And I was just curious as to if there was something that we could do to, until we can get something rented or sold, to protect us a little bit. Basically, looking at the time since my father-in-law's death, it's just under $3,000 that my wife and I have paid for this extra unit. And well, now actually, since August, for 2 units that we haven't received services for. So I mean, it's a good deal for the town. You got an extra $3,000, and you didn't have to provide these services to me. But I'm throwing myself at your hands to see if there's something that could be done to help out a little bit. It's because it's difficult to rent, it's difficult to sell, and in my mother's situation, she may come home from the nursing home and don't want to sell her house just yet, but yet the utility bills keep on coming in. So that's
What's the address on this?
which one?
229 Mackle?
229 Mackle Street.
229 Mackle.
29 and now I just say Maple Street. My wife grew up there, and she says it's Maple Street. So, and my mother lives out on Washington Avenue. So, 2 units that it's just sitting there right now. So, do I just give my say and sit down, or we?
What's the Washington Avenue?
107 Washington Avenue. I'm hoping everybody in the audience is honest and you won't be broken into. Yeah, it looks like a good crowd, really.
You worried about us? They took your money.
Well, there's one guy.
Yeah, they give the place down here free hookups. You worried about us? That's what you say.
All right, then Steve, Finance Director, can get with you.
Yeah, I'm looking into this. It's the first I've heard of this.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank you,
Okay.
appreciate it. Very good.
So you got his address, his phone number and everything, and I can.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
look out for you.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it.
Wes?
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, I think Michelle was able to hand out some flyers and literature that myself and the Junior Chamber of Commerce, otherwise known as the JCs, have put together for you tonight. The one dated February 15th, the mayor presented the town commissioners with him with made concern. All that information was pulled out of the parade's permit required application procedures. And if I can just briefly read it over. Oh, again, my name is Wes Walker, local business owner, and a member, past president of the Junior Chamber of Commerce, otherwise known as the JCs. Number one, the Junior Chamber of Commerce, otherwise known as the JCs, are requesting the town support and approval for the JCs to host a Memorial Day parade in Elkton. The event will take place on May 30th, Monday, commencing at 10 a.m. and ending approximately at 1 p.m. To simplify the route, it's starting at Meadow Park, going up to Main Street. At the light, make a left, come down Main Street the back way, the opposite way of how you're supposed to go down. Go to North Street, make a right, go up to High, make a left, go right between down Bow Street in front of the hospital there, and then end down there at the right behind Brothers, behind Howard and Bow Street back there. I know there's some streets that are the state as far as closing. The approximate length of the column of parade is about 3,000 feet. We've already put letters out to different, pending your approval and support. We've already put letters out and talked to different VFWs, the Legion, Army National Guard. Since our National Guard unit here in town is going to Egypt, Mount Sinai, for a year, we also opened it up to anybody that's staying back or the families of those people. They can march in the parade as well. We've talked to the 4-H, Ponies, SPCA, Northeast Marching Band, Sheriff's Department, Elkton, police we'd love to have in there, fire companies, mascots. So it's going to be a great and huge event for, we have probably about 15 or 20 volunteers through the JCs, the different local businesses. I've checked with probably about a half dozen businesses downtown, and normally they're not open Monday on the holiday, but they're willing to come in and be open, like Lions Pharmacy or others, to show their support and the commitment to the town that if we have something downtown, we'll be open and really try to get the parade going. The purpose of the parade is to honor our veterans while giving back to our community in a positive and fun way for all to enjoy, and also to showcase Elkton as the county seat. The JCs are going to get with the Alliance and Mary Jo to see if maybe we could have some of the antique cars in there to put the mayor and the commissioners in there, get more publicity to you guys. We have a couple World War II veterans, which 4-H and 4-H and Milburn are willing to donate a flatbed like they do for their hayrides, but it's about a mile long, so they probably won't be able to walk the whole mile. Then when it ended back there at Howard Street, we were going to get a chaplain and have some services back there, and maybe a full-bird colonel or a general to come and speak and give some of their stories about what Memorial Day means to them as well. We've checked with other towns and other nonprofits in the area. We don't think we'll be stepping on anybody's toes. The Fair Hill races are Saturday, so there'll be plenty of people in the area also to come on Monday. The only snag we see, one, is the weather, of course. We can't do anything with that. The second is Northeast High School is the #2 band in the nation, so we're trying to get them to come. But they're sponsored by the VFW in Northeast. So we'd also like to have them. They're doing an event that day, so we're trying to see if we can adjust their time for that as well. But of course, we'd like to have Elkton Marching Band, Northeast Marching Band, and anybody else that would like to participate. So in a nutshell, we're definitely asking and requesting for the support and approval for the JCs to host the Memorial Day Parade on May 30th. What I also attached is in the JCs we have a planning guide. Since the JCs haven't done a parade yet, the only parade that I know that we had last year in town, I believe, is the Halloween parade. So I've gotten with Roger Owens. He's given me a lot of contacts for that. But we've had other JCs throughout the United States do a parade. And we have a past president of the Delaware JCs here that's also willing to take it on and help us and guide us through this to get through, to make sure we can have a fun and successful event. And then just, as I say, showcase Elkton out there, put us really out there.
Good. But, you know, you have to check with the police department and then make sure the route's okay, and then the permitting and...
Well, I wanted to question the route, because the reason we couldn't go that way was the vehicles or a flatbed trailer can't make that turn from Main on to North. And that's why you had to come up the other way. So did you go over this with Larry Waldridge,
Yeah.
Lieutenant Waldridge?
What I did, and that's how I thought the procedure was supposed to go. But when I went to Larry, he said I had to come and get an approval first, and then do it again.
He just needs approval for the parade. Larry will have to go through the route because he'll have control points for traffic, whether they'll have enough officers to be able to
So
do it
this
or
is,
not.
this is tentative then, the
That's
route?
Right, the route's
Okay.
tentative, and we've checked with the fire company, but they come down North Street with their big fire
Right, they
equipment.
can't go
and,
the opposite way.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's just because the way that bump out is. I know that's why we've always had to go up and over or straight,
Right.
either one.
And with their vehicles, there's nothing that's as big as the fire trucks, that big one. They're talking about maybe having their, I think they're called water cannons, or bush ones that they do, and then have the ambulances and the police cars. So if there's anything that will not make it through there, we won't have them in the parade.
Yeah, it'd be pretty tight getting around that curve. That definitely for that ladder
And
truck
as far
would
as
be very
the budget,
tight.
we were willing to take it on, of course. Ourselves as the JCs, we go out to the community, get our funds, and we use our own funds for this. So we'll solicit like the hospital, the local businesses in town, and our cost, I have it in the planning guide there, it doesn't seem to be that much. We're going to use like Oriental Trading and get different ribbons and flags and things like that to hand out as well. It's going to be really big. We say we're looking to maybe get about 25 or 35 different sponsors in the event. We got to cut it off probably at about 50, but it's going to be huge. We're getting very, very successful feedback on it.
I see one thing here I want to question. I don't know whether it's true or not. You said the parade's going to begin at 10 and end at 1, or is that the...
Tentative. We might have to move it to 9 because of the VFW out there in Northeast to get the band here.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, your parade is not going to be 3 hours.
Oh, no. We're figuring about 2 hours long, hour and a half to 2 hours. We have, believe it or not, there's a lot of folks in Cecil County that are in Haverty Grace National Guard, and they're leaving for Iraq for a year. So there'll be about 20 people stay back here, and we opened it up to their families as well to show support for the troops that are overseas as well.
Good. Well, what's the board's delight? Be nice to have a parade in town.
Sure would, in support of the veterans.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking for a motion. I'll be glad to give that to you.
Okay. a second? Can I get a second? Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Great.
You got it.
Thank you very much, Love.
Good luck.
I guess you guys can pick out your pirates. You guys want to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You need to clear that route with Lieutenant Walker.
Correct. Now that it's approved, I'll go ahead and come.
And also, you know, you got Dick Reed back there. I don't know what his time would be as far as being a volunteer, but certainly when Elkton had his parade over many, many years, he was very instrumental in that the route of it and getting them assembled at the very beginning. And I applaud him for that. So
Yeah, we're open to anybody, and it doesn't have to be a JC member, anybody.
I understand that, but sometimes you want to be successful. You want to go out and get somebody.
Absolutely.
Then you're gonna be able to get advertisement, when it get closer to the time, let everybody know, posters or anything like that?
Correct, yes.
Good, okay.
And the high school band, I would suggest that you get a hold of them as soon as possible, because sometimes they're leaving and being in parade becomes a budgetary item. You know, there's an expectation, I guess, that you know you would pay for the bus like that, because I know we did it when Elkton had his parade.
Correct, Northeast charges, I think, 200.
That's about
They
right.
were budget, and they said Elkton's about the same, 150 to 200. And we have that in our planning guide.
Elkton High School, I don't think has a marching band, but the town band here in Elkton is always in the Have the Grace parade, so, you know.
I did contact them.
Yeah.
Elkton doesn't have a marching band?
No.
I mean, they may march, but it's not their whatever.
Specifically stated in marching band.
Yeah,
High school band.
Yeah.
They love it.
Good, oh, that's good. Okay, Mr. Litzenberg?
Bob Litzenberg, 105 Walnut Lane. My wife told me not to raise my voice this evening. You guys will probably appreciate that. I want to thank Mr. Piner and Mr. Gibbons for bringing up the issue of that old business. I think this is something that we've neglected to do for quite a period of time. In the last 15 minutes, you people discussed more tonight than you have in the last 3 or 4 town meetings about different issues. And we appreciate that, because we all question things, and we appreciate what you're doing now, because you're beginning to question different issues. KCI, I sat in on that meeting. John Cromwell, as Mr. Gibbons stated, used to be the town engineer. And I was involved in a couple small projects that John oversaw back 25 years ago. He handled most of those by himself with the help of the planning board, which does a lot of this, and the town engineer inspects it and so on and so forth, then it goes to the planning commission. I think KCI has been setting people on some of these boards, particularly the planning commission, and every evening you have a planning commission meeting. In the past, they would send an engineer to sit in on that. Most of the time, they were not needed. Mary Jo knows that.
That's right.
I mean, they're billing you for that. Other times they'd come in, I'm not picking on just them as a thing, but we're talking about saving money. I think it can be saved. After John, I think they used McCrone, which is a Maryland engineering firm. They could go to Annapolis, they do the rules of the state. They could get more done in one evening than what an engineering firm out of Delaware can do in months. Because
KCI is a Maryland firm. It's just a Delaware office, a satellite office, but their main is in Parks, Maryland.
Okay.
I don't know if you do that.
I did not know that, because their address is in Delaware.
Yeah,
if
that's
I'm not
just the
mistaken.
local people, but their main office is in Sparks.
But anyhow, I think that they've been, I'm not saying overcharging you, but I think there's a lot of issues that you're beginning to address. So that's a good thing. Financial report, Perryville read in the paper that their finance director now gives a verbal finance report at every meeting. I think the town should do the same. You have your financial report, you approve it, but nobody sitting back here knows exactly what the town has, how much money's being spent, or how much you have in reserve. I think that's an issue that the people in the town should know. Earl's talking about a civic center or a community center for children and so forth. I don't think anybody's against that. But it'd be nice to know how much money the town has in reserve, so you know how much money you can spend. Several weeks ago, this was, I think it was the first meeting in January. There's a real estate company contributed $25,000 to the town for a generator. It was a contribution to the town. Now, is that the same same real estate firm that you waived major facility hookup fees to?
No, Atwood Realty is a subsidiary company of the Philadelphia Electric, or PECO, Exelon actually, and they have a piece of property out there that's unimproved on Price Drive. Their corporations, they're full corporation, in order to convey that land, so they actually gave us the land and $25,000 to take it. We used the $25,000 to offset the cost for a generator for this building, so the taxpayers didn't have to pay for it. PECO is a taxpayer, believe it or not, so they did pay us that. Actually paid us to take their land.
That answers my question. Artesian, when they came in not Artesian, but White Toomey came in with the annexation for the old freight liner out here. They withdrew the annexation. Are you aware that Artesian's being sued through the two different environmental groups to stop that plan? Are you aware of that?
Stop what plan?
What?
What plan is it?
Not plan, the plan to service water to the annexation they're talking about. Are you aware of that?
Very well. It's in the Court of Appeals.
But anyhow, I think you're on the right track of asking some questions, which I think we all out here appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. That being it, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, sir.
Have a second? Second. All those in favor? This meeting is adjourned.